Good.
Okay, Chris. Give me a wrap up of your the week, culminating in a race today, and the coaching clinic with the athletes, and the race today.
I'll conclude first of all. It's just been fantastic, and I know it's kind of cliche to say that, but it has been fantastic. Everyone has been receptive to the coaching and what we've been asking to do. The guys who have sorted out the logistics, everyone has shared that common goal as in to improve the athletes physically, from a skill point of view, from a physiological point of view, from a tactical point of view, and obviously race day, that technical and tactical as well. It's been a great week, it really has.
And at the debrief today with the athletes, and I was quite impressed seeing how some of the kids, like, they got what they learned and then they applied it, whether it was in the swim, on the bike, and also on the run.
Yeah, I asked them to before 2 days before the race, I asked them to think about their tactics on race day, using kind of technical feedback, be that whether to improve their run, their swim or their bike, and to implement on race day, just to see if they have an improvement without actually, obviously we haven't got the time to physically improve them. And it was a pleasure in the race debrief sitting back and listening to their own race stories where, and I will say this, it was all positive, there was no negatives. Even if we had a slight negative, which could have been a drop bottle or a drop shoe, it was still a positive because they've learned something today. And listening to them enthusiastically tell me what they've done and what they've learned from Monday to Friday has been absolutely fantastic. Monday we implemented a swim session where we broke down the stroke, the factors affecting a good stroke, bad stroke, worked on it over 4 days, and they absolutely nailed it. We didn't have anyone kind of having any dramas in the swim starts or things like that. They all sighted well, they all entered well, they exit well, and they were positive. They stuck to their skills, and we've seen kind of a 40% inexperienced of the group nail their swim. It was fantastic. And then on to the bike rides. Again, in the week we taught them how to ride in a bunch, a few little race lines on and off, rolling round, coordinating each other. And today again we had no dramas, and they attacked the hills, whether ascending or descending, and in pace lines. So it was great listening back to them and the little kind of individual stories that went on in the race. And then all down on the run where they just let it fly. So those little kind of relationships that they formed on the bike, they were left in T2 as they ran out trying to get away from each other. It was great.
Certainly. All right. Yeah. Anyway, it was great. As a spectator, watching, it was like watching these kids grow up. Like some of the kids are new athletes, like the Palauan kids, and so it was really great to see them. During the week I spoke to them, and then culminating in listening to their debrief. I said, wow, it's like they matured or grew.
Absolutely.
Even though it was just a week.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen so much growth in every way, not just triathlon, but from a maturity point of view as well. And some of the questions that we've been asked towards the end of the week, there've been a lot more coming through, and good questions, good technical questions, as opposed to, it's not a case of does it matter, coach, if my hat matches my trainers? No, it doesn't matter, but it could, it might get you an extra few points with the coaches. But me and Ray, the other coach, we stood there this morning like proud uncles, watching them all go into the swim, coming out of the swim, off the bike, onto the run. It was great. It was great to behold, and great to see them execute a lot of skills that we've gone through this week. It can't be understated. A lot of skills this week. They've had a lot to learn, and they by and large, they absolutely nailed it.
Thank you, Chris, and have a safe travel back to Australia or New Zealand.
Yep.
And hope to see you again in the next development camp.
I hope so too. Thank you.